Beautiful peoples, welcome to Hood Philosophy, where we're going to discuss and maybe even answer some of life's biggest questions in a way that clicks with people from all walks of life. So I'm talking about the hood cats, the hustlers, the single mums, people struggling with addiction. That's who we're trying to reach. So my name's Z, and today we're just going with the flow. It's been a big couple weeks since I've seen yous last. And I thought today we could just do a little bit of reflection. I'm going to read a bit of poetry. I got I got a couple quotes I want to share with all you beautiful peoples. I've been doing lots of reading in the last couple of weeks. Some very interesting opportunities have arisen in the last few weeks. There's been lots of struggle. There's been just lots. So let's get into it. Okay. All right. So today I want to start off by reading a poem that I wrote yesterday. And it's got to do with one of them opportunities that I was talking about. I'm not going to fill you guys in right now. I dare say I'll have more to say on it in about 5 weeks' time. And this one I kind of want to keep a little bit close to the heart. Not because don't want to share it with you fellas, but I just want to dive deep head on, yeah, and just invest myself properly. If I'm going to do something, especially something that's definitely out of my comfort zone and is challenging my beliefs, let's do it properly, eh? Okay, but yeah, let's see what you've got. Okay, what do you think about a life well lived? It's about who you are, not just what you did. It's about integrity and having character. That's when people remember you like you really mattered. The world is your oyster, and it's when you give that blessings come served on a platter. We get what we focus on. Sometimes that means work. Sometimes it means facing the truth. Maybe, just maybe, it was a worthless pursuit. You can't create success by chasing wealth. Success is when people gravitate towards you. Success is a strong family and good health. Success is authenticity in motion, alignment. It's where the river meets the ocean, an alluring potion. Society convinces us that dog eat dog is the only way, that those with kindness and compassion lose their way. They tell you to keep a score and save that favor for a rainy day. What they don't get is when you live a life of service, it means that you live life on purpose. That's what I think about a life well lived. It's about who I am, not what I did. Oof. You like that one? I know you like that one. I like that one. A life well lived. So it's been a tough week. Had a few things happen. But it doesn't matter what happens. Everything's going to be okay because we're here right now, aren't we? We're doing this. And if it wasn't going to be okay, I wouldn't be sitting there sharing that poetry with you beautiful people, you know? I was going to say speaking the good word, but what's the good word? It's like the nice word. Who knows? Who knows? All right. I got a quote. I made sure I took a photo of it so I don't have to go searching for it, but I still got to open that one. Okay, here we go. And it's from a book called Plan B. Plan B is about how we deal with grief and the like, losing, traumatic events in our life. And it was written by Sheryl Sandberg. She used to work with Mr. Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook. And the quote is, "In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends." Very powerful, very powerful indeed. This week, I've I know who my true friends are. Sometimes there's people who you just meet. I think it's important that I shout out the bro Sharon. You're gonna hear lots about Sharon, but I guess you're gonna hear lots about a fella called Joe too. Joe's Sharon's partner, and yeah, the pair of them, too much. You know, Joe knows me from a bar of soap, but he's opened his heart, and you got to have people in your corner. And that's another thing that the little project that I'm currently endeavoring in has taught me. You have to have people in your corner. And for us men, it can be quite hard to ask for help, right? But why are we drowning when we could be floating, you know? Say like we don't need we don't need to ask people to to help us swim, but we just need to get our head above water, you know? So so life's not overwhelming us and it's not fucking with us. So we feel these shitty ass emotions and we let us eat it up. Cause stress, you know, that's the biggest cancer. That's the biggest killer. Don't you worry about that. I don't do stress. Don't get me wrong, it's been a shit week, but I wouldn't say I've been stressed. You know when like you get that ripple effect of just shit happening, and it's like fuck. Just ease up, you know, give me a second. I need a second. Just a second. So I can work out solution for the three problems before. But then you take a step back and you realize that there's another 1,000,000,000, half a billion people with the exact same problem as you. You know, there's people sharing your pain. They're with you, even if they don't know that they're with you, but they're with you. And like that's not going to make everybody feel better, but makes me feel better because I realize, hey, like just get on with it, Z. You know, like well, no point beating yourself up. No point carrying on like a pork chop. No point in getting angry. Fuck, when has anger ever gotten anybody somewhere apart from in an athletic pursuit? There's no point, and it's our choice. It's our choice. It's our choice. Back to the quote. In adversity, we know our friends. We know who's in our corner. And like that's a big one in the hood, eh? Is when your back's against the wall, who's willing to stand with you? Who's willing to punch on with you? Who's, who's not going to tell on you? Because that's big, man. You know, you're not going to go do something with somebody if you don't think that they got your back. And like sometimes your ride or dies, they like to party with you. They like to get on the drugs with you. They like to get on the piss with you. But when it comes to the hard stuff, the hard stuff, they're not with you. You know, they the first to they the first to run. They're the first to jump. They the first to freeze. They're the first to see you later. You know, because when push comes to shove, your relationship, your connection didn't mean fucking shit to them when it really mattered. In adversity, we know our friends. Oi, oi, oi. I haven't lost my train of thought. I was just looking at a quote. Even when you are in the darkest hours, you can stay hopeful. That's the thing about faith. It helps you know that sooner or later, this too shall pass. Hope and faith, two very different things, but so closely aligned. While I said my mind didn't lose track, the podcast lost track, right? Like we were talking adversity and friends, but it's just yeah. I've been doing lots of reading the last couple of weeks. I've really been enjoying my reading. That's the challenge of the day. Everybody, beautiful peoples, pick up a book, a magazine, read one page. Fuck, read a paragraph. You know, If it's something that you never do, just read the first line, see how it makes you feel. You never know. Never know. Just to say, like, I practice what I preach in regards to this one. So fuck, like the power of the book is out of this world. It's don't knock it till you try it. Okay, the first 5-10 pages are going to be hard, but once you make it through that, that's the world is your oyster in regards to acquiring knowledge, eh? Because like, if you got no knowledge later down the track when you've lived a life, how are you going to have any wisdom? How are you going to work out how to practically apply these things in ways that helps others, in ways that you can serve others, in ways that you can add value to every interaction, situation, environment that you engage or pass through? Pass through. Reading. Reading. Trust me, trust. You know those people's that you gravitate towards to as soon as they walk into the room, they're all readers. Every single one of them. This is something that I haven't done any research on. I'm going to be one of them chaps. But I bet you. I bet you. Because that's what you're gravitating towards. Towards experience, knowledge. Experience plus knowledge equals wisdom. Wisdom is wealth. Time is wealth. Our energy is wealth. And that's what we're gravitating towards. So pick up a book, read a line, get through the first page. But I don't want to hear that, oh, it's not for me. How you know, man? Pick the book up and then tell me after you've given it a decent crack, then tell me it's not for you. All right? And for those of you who already read, I got a challenge for you fellas too. I want you fellas, I ask of you fellas to listen to a podcast about something that you're not interested in. And you're going to be like, oh, but hey, it might take you down a path where you find something that you're interested in and you never even knew it. How cool's that? Cool, cool, cool. You don't reckon? Back to Sharon and Joe. Adversity, that's when we find our friends. That's when we know our friends. I wouldn't say I faced adversity this week, but it was just an annoying week. Annoying couple weeks. Just annoying, you know? I was going to say something then entirely inappropriate for this podcast. Haha. Yeah, I'll keep that to myself. Sharon and Joe. Sharon and Joe. So they're both from Wellington, New Zealand. Sharon, I used to work with. One of my first interactions with Sharon, she had the guts to tell me that she wasn't the best mother and that she wanted to be a better mother. Instant respect. Instant respect for people that can self-reflect in a way, but also be vulnerable and share that self-reflection of that flaw is too much. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. 100%. Not just because I'm cold, because fucking freezing, man. Let's go summer. Give me a S. Give me nah, bro. I'm over this shit. Are you over this shit, Tim? Yeah. All right, let's go off track. I just like to shout out to brother Tim. Okay, so when you spend lots of time with someone, okay, like you see them every day, and you spend heaps of time with them, you don't see the progress they're making. You don't, because it's gradual, and you're there every day with them, and it's just like because you're growing with them, so to speak. And yeah, And when I'm pushing someone, I'm fucking hard on him, mate. Like, don't get me wrong, I congratulate Tim for all his small wins and even more so for his big wins. But I'm tough on him, mate. It's like, like Tim will be challenging himself in 4 different aspects of his life, and I'll hit him with the so what are you doing to challenge yourself, bro? No, I mean like what hard things are you doing? And I was thinking about it the other day, right? Like this fella, he's implemented heaps of different things in his life, and they're all fucking hard things. And I was like, fuck, Tim's about it. He's about this life, He wants to grow. Yo, yesterday he started his youth work course. Yeah, on the weekend he got his first aid and CPR done. That's fucking initiative. What do you know about that? I want you to ask yourself, what do you know about initiative? What do you know about making the first step? Taking the first step? What do you know? Do you know? And if you don't know, what's the first step? Because that's how you start. Just the first step. Simple as that. Simple as that. But yeah, Tim's going gym. Tim don't make excuse. He don't make as many excuses. Like I'm sure that like there's parts of his life where he's still making some excuses, but he don't make them with me, bro. Power to like fuck. That's too much. And then he's focused on his physical health. He's focused on doing the things he loves. I had a conversation with him, I think, midway through last year in regards to his work life. You see the fella's fucking miserable, eh? But he's waiting out on that long service. You can't quit before that long service, can you? No, you could get that shit. But you could tell the fella was, he fucking hates his job. And it's like, oh, how can how can we fucking improve that situation? What lays at your control that you can make work a little bit of a happier place to go to? Like can you do less days? Can you do less hours? And at first Tim was very resistant, as you are, when you hear something new and it's like, hey, I can't do that. But bang, all of a sudden Tim's doing less days. He's taking more days off. He's getting more rostered days off. He's fucking. And now the bro finishes at 1. You know why? So he can focus on his studies. Too much. Too much. The bro's come a fucking long way, and I'd just like to acknowledge that progress, that growth, that fucking that love, eh? Too much, bro. Too much.
Thank you, bro. Love you, bro.
Yo, much love. But yeah, back to Sharon. Sharon's my bro. I'd kill for Sharon. Yeah. She let me push her too, and she's seen some growth in regards to that. She had some very potent, very profound life realizations, which I think is fucking cool way. Like just in regards to how she sees the world and how she engages with certain parts of the world. She's gonna she's gonna jump on. She's gonna do an episode, but she's the bro. She, she thinks she's funny. I'm sorry, Sharon. You're not funny. Elliot, you even drier. I was going to use the C word, but I am trying to not use the C word. Actually, let's go off track. I got a challenge for myself. I'm going to swear less. Actually, beautiful people's to hold me to account. We start now. You know why? My son asked me last night that he told me I should set a better example when it comes to my kids and the way I use profanity. Oh man, I swear so much. I can't help it. I got no free will. It's what we do. It's what my parents did. It's what everybody in the hood does. It's fuck this, fuck that. You're a cunt. Eat shit. all time, all day, every day, you know? Not just when you're taking piss out of people, just when you're conversating. Oh, yeah. But we won't get into that. Back to Sharon. Sharon done lived a life, eh? She lived a couple lives. And there's a lot to Sharon. We're gonna get her on here. She a little bit hood, but she a little bit regal too, apparently. She royalty, which is cool. But yeah, thank you, bro. You fucking I'm floating. Thanks to you. Thanks to the bro Joe. Joe I only just met 2 Saturdays ago at the Nothing But Love barbecue. He's too much. You know, the fella knows me from bar of soap, but he's ready to fucking drop shit, help me out, get me sorted. Bro, love you fellas, eh? 100. That's nothing but gratitude. Too much. Too much. All right, we're gonna go with another quote. I'm enjoying the quotes. Albert Camus, he wrote The Stranger. If you haven't read The Stranger, it's a fiction book. It's like a parable, you know, a novel that is full of meaning and stories, messages. Ooh, get me excited, you know. He's a great author, great author. In the depths of winter, I finally learnt that within me there lay an invincible summer. I'll let that sit with you and I'll come back to it. Okay. Rod. Shout out to the brother Rod. Him and his family lost a very dear friend, and I know Rod's struggling at the moment. So I just want to send out love. I just want to send out blessings to you, bro. You know, you need a shoulder, someone to listen, whatever you need. There's people rooting for you because you're a good man. You look after me, and not even just because of that, bro. Like, oh, yeah. Stretch with me. Nah, 100, bro. Rod, whatever you need, just let me know. We check the mic. Mic check. Mic's on. In the depths of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Okay, so you know what I think when I hear that is this too shall pass. And I actually read it because of the quote that I read from Laverne Williams, and that was the quote before. Even when you are in the darkest hours, you can stay hopeful. That's the thing about faith. It helps you know that sooner or later this too shall pass, and it will. It comes back to the. It doesn't matter what happens. Everything will be okay because it has to be. You know, at the end of the day, we got to bite down and we just got to push through and we got to let it pass us by, you know. After it hits us in the fucking mouth, is number one. I did all right then, eh? What do you reckon? I thought I did okay. In the depths of winter, I finally learnt that within me there lay an invincible summer. This might speak to me a little bit more because I struggle with winter and I love summer, but it tells me that like when we're going through them trials and tribulations, when it's our faith, eh? It's our faith in ourselves. It's our faith in the people around us. It's our faith in the world and the universe itself. That's what keeps us grounded, and that's what you know fortifies us for the winter. That's fortifies us for the struggle. Fortifies us for the suffering. Because the brother Emmanuel, that shout out to the bro E-Man. He goes to Thailand in the next couple of days, I believe. And yeah, that's the bro that we do the Nothing But Love podcast with. Shout out the Nothing But Love podcast too. He put up a post he on the group this morning and it was about suffering and why life should be about suffering because that's what makes us that's what makes us and I need to hear it because I like that suffering. Like I like that struggle. Even at home, every now and again, throw a spanner in the works just to create a little bit of chaos for everybody, just so we don't forget where we came from. That struggle, that's if there's something that defines me, it's struggle. It's sacrifice. It's suffering. I've sat with the devil and told him, "No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with you, but I want great. I'm seeking greatness. I'm on the path to greatness, and that's the difference. What's the difference? Where am I going with this? I know where I'm going with this. Character. I'll start off with yes, okay. I believe that like we are born with some traits that make up certain parts of our character. These are the attributes and the characteristics that make up that character. But you got to cultivate that shit. You know, just because you're a kind baby, don't make you a kind father. Lots happens between them. Character. It's the way you walk. It's the way you talk. It's the way you serve. It's do you let people in when they're trying to get in on the road? Do you tell the fella at the service station to have a nice day after he sorted you your receipt? It's do you open the door for do you walk in front of an older person? Do you use a disability parking space? Do you show the same level of respect to people with disabilities as you would, say, a doctor or a lawyer? Do you really care about veterans? Do you give a fuck about the next generation? See, these questions, depending on your answer, speaks a lot about your character, not your personality. No, no, no. Separate the two. They're very different. Very, very different. Character. The way we talk, the way we walk. The way we walk, the way we talk. Do we practice what we preach? Is keeping your word important to you? Why? Why not? Character. The way you walk, the way you talk, practice what you preach. It's so much. It's heart. It's when adversity comes knocking and you open that door, what do you do? Do you fight or do you run? Do you bite down on them teeth? Or do you squirm up in a little ball and and that's it. Very interesting, eh? All right. So we're going to wrap up the episode. Before we do, you know what? I'm just going to hit you with another poem at the start of the next episode. Well, we mix it up. How about a question? A question. We already done a challenge. What are 3 things that you're grateful for today? I wake up every morning and I tell myself, I'm grateful for today, I'm excited for today, I'm joyful for today. Yeah, it's a part of a long list of affirmations that I say to myself, but that's the one I started with. When I first started this journey, this chapter of a very long journey, let's keep it real. That's what I started with. Beautiful peoples, thank you for taking the time to listen, to watch about some pretty important issues, eh? I love you, fellas, from the depths of darkness. Chee-hoo! Peace.